Lanisha Marie, aka the Fly Coach, and Fly stands for fulfilling living year-round, because the goal is to thrive in every area of life, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, and professionally. But today is Wisdom and Wealth Day. Okay, and why wisdom and wealth? Because it requires some wisdom, some strategy, some discernment in order to create wealth, but it also requires the same wisdom, the strategy, and discernment to maintain it and sustain it for future generations. And so that's where wisdom and wealth came from. And so on today, we're talking about that wealth isn't worldly. Let's have a conversation about it. So like I said, if you are here tuning in, send me a wave so that I know that you're here, okay? And so what I wanted to talk about are a couple of things, quick points, and then we're going to roll up off of here. We're going to get right out of here, okay? But I wanted to touch briefly on this topic because it actually came out in my first Sunday Live. If you were in the Fly Society, I shared it. And if you're not in the Fly Society, I'm going to make sure that I drop the link so you can go ahead and head on over into that group. But we had a conversation about knowing the difference between what's for me, what's for ministry, and what's for monetization. And so when I was talking about the monetization section, I was sharing how so many times and with a lot of individuals, they shy from this topic of talking about money for some reason. And especially the saints get real nervous and sometimes act real weird when you start talking about this topic. And I understand that somewhere along the line, that wealth kind of got a bad reputation. But the truth is that God gave you gifts. God gave you skills. God gave you an assignment, not just to get by, but to create wealth and to leave an impact. And so that's why I do what I do and why I'm so adamant about and passionate about helping individuals create purpose-driven income streams outside their 9 to 5, helping women break through their mindset and money barriers with ease so that they can create and live the life of their dreams, because it is truly attainable. And that's why it's the Fly Life, fulfilling living year round. I want you to thrive, not just survive. I always talk about living a life of abundance and overflow, but do you know how hard that is for people to understand that? Do you know how hard it is for people to receive that? And that's where those mindset shifts happen. But I'm like, overflow and abundance is your portion. It's absolutely your portion if you think it, if you believe it, and if you speak it. Okay, it all goes together. But not only that, I tell people all the time, when you're pouring out, you should be pouring out from overflow. But so many people are used to pouring out from their reserves that they barely have enough to give themselves, that now they're tired, they're burnt out, they're stretched thin. No, pouring out should come from the overflow and the abundance. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about 3 quick mindset shifts to make that come straight from the Bible. Okay, even though I'm not here to preach, because I don't preach, I'll leave that to my daddy. But to help you stop shrinking, and to help you start walking boldly into who God created you to be and live and experience and tap into the wealth that He already placed inside of you. But let's get into it. So number 1, wealth is a kingdom assignment. It is not selfish ambition. And I know what we talk about today, some individuals it's not going to sit well. But guess what? That's why I do what I do. If I say something and you agree with it and it resonates with you, let me know in the comments. If I say something and it doesn't, and you don't agree with it, let me know in the comments, because I know how to have a healthy conversation and dialogue. Okay. But wealth is a kingdom assignment. It's not selfish ambition, because in Deuteronomy 8:18 talks about that God gives us the ability and the power to create wealth. Wealth creation is not about greed. It's about funding purpose. It's about advancing the kingdom. It's about blessing others. It's about stewarding your resources well. And I say it all the time, money is just a tool. Money is just a resource that we have in order to do the things that God placed in our hearts to do. Because with every mission, it takes money. And an example, a real-time example that I can give you, hey, if you're tuning in, a real-time example I can give you is we're literally planning our community event. It's happening this upcoming Saturday. And guess what it takes? Money. The people want to get paid. We're giving away free food. It takes money. It takes resources. So whatever your purpose, whatever your assignment, whatever that thing is on the inside of you for you to do, it's going to take some resources to do. So money is just a tool in order to help push and advance that thing forward. Not only that, money in the hands of a believer. Hey, Miss Betty. Money in the hands of a believer is a tool for impact. And that's why I say I always work with women to help them increase their income, increase their impact, and increase their level of fulfillment in their life. That's why it's fulfilling living year round. Okay. But it's a tool for impact to help you provide for your family, to help others, to sow into kingdom work, and to create opportunities for other people. So let me ask you a quick question, and I want to hear it in the comments. If money is just a tool, what would you build with it? What would you build with it? And I just was on a different platform, and this person was like, you need a husband to make money. You need a husband so that you can have some money. I said, excuse me. Excuse me. I don't know where you got your information, but I have 4 businesses. I have, and actually I'm going to sunset one, but even in my businesses, the 3 businesses, I have like 14 streams of income between those 3 businesses. And so let's be for real. We're building, the people that I'm connected to, we're building movements, we're building brands, we're building legacy so that we can actually leave something for the people that come after us. And we're building $1 million brands. Okay. So that's why I'm like, stick with me. And if you're ready to go to your next level, make sure you DM me. Okay. A home for unwed. Oh, that's what you would do, Miss Betty. A home for unwed teenagers. I love that. And guess what? You are positioning yourself to do exactly that. Okay. But now that I know that, Miss Betty, don't be surprised if I ask you about it. Okay. What's going on with that home? Okay. All right. Point 2, your gifts are a vehicle for wealth. God didn't send you here empty-handed. We all have skills, talents, abilities, things that you have most likely been overlooking, things that come naturally to you are often tools that he intends for you to use to create wealth. Okay. And this is why I do the work that I do, to help women monetize their overlooked skills, to create those purpose-driven income streams. Because so many people overlook and minimize the skills that they have. And I'm like, I literally can hear something that you want to do and I can create a whole ecosystem of income around it. I promise you. But so many people hide behind or undervalue their gifts because you think that wealth is only tied to a 9 to 5. And because we've been conditioned over time. And until you start shifting your mindset, you've been conditioned over time to just create linear income. You only know I'm going to work and I'm getting a paycheck. Anything outside of that, anything else is foreign. Anything else is new. And because it's new, I'm going to say it's a no. But that's not how it works. That's not how the wealthy think. So you can't sit up here and say that you want to be wealthy and you want to create wealth and you want to build a legacy, but you're only working a 9 to 5. Because guess what? This is a news flash. You will never get wealthy with just working a 9 to 5. And like my younger brother always says, use your 9 to 5 as your small business loan and pour it into something else that can create you actual income. Okay. And then lastly, number 3, wealth creation requires both faith and action. It requires both faith and action. Okay. So many people pray for increase. So many people are praying like, God, I need more income. But your increase is often tied to your obedience and your movement. Okay. When he sends the God opportunities, when he sends you the things that are designed, or he allows you to, that your eyes be open so that you can see what you've been sitting on so that you could be a better steward of it. Once you come into that realization, you have to move. Okay. Because we all know faith without works is dead. And this applies to your finances too. You can't keep saying, God, please enlarge my territory. God, please give me some more money. And then you refuse to step out. You refuse to be a steward over what he's already entrusted into your care. Okay. And so wealth starts in a shift in your mindset. You have to be able to move beyond, I just want to make ends meet. And you have to move into saying, I'm a kingdom builder. That just hit me. I don't know if somebody watching this needs to put that in the comments. I'm a kingdom builder with divine ability to produce wealth. I'm a kingdom builder with divine ability to produce wealth. So as I head on out of here, please, I'm so passionate about this topic. And this is why I do what I do, because my passion is helping women just like you, the women that are watching this. But guess what? I also have some men that watch this too. I'm not excluding you. I just love helping individuals monetize their overlooked skills, create purpose-driven income streams with ease, and build the life of your dreams, because you deserve it. You deserve it, and give yourself permission to pursue it. So if you know that you've been sitting on gifts that could literally change your life or the lives of others that are connected to you or people that are waiting for you to show up and get put in position, if you are tired of feeling stuck financially, or if you're ready to go into your next level and step into abundance that God has for you, then I want to invite you to join my monthly Ascend group. It is a private community of women of faith, and this is where they get clarity, confidence, strategy to create income that aligns with their calling, not just hustle, okay? Because I don't know about you, but I'm looking to enjoy the soft life, the soft wife life, the soft wife CEO life. That's what I'm looking forward to enjoying. But I'm always going to use what God gave me in order to create wealth, because God called us to be producers. So when I ask individuals, what are you producing, or are you only a consumer? People get offended. Oh, you love this, Miss Betty? I thank you. I always tell people, I say, what are you producing, or are you only a consumer? And so many people get offended by it. And I'm like, why? God created you to produce wealth. And if all you are doing is consuming, you are depleting your resources. And so it's not a surprise that you are operating from those reserves. But we want to operate from the abundance and overflow. So that's what God is calling you to. And I want you to enjoy it, and I want you to experience it. And that's a part of the Fly Life brand. We're creating a movement of individuals that are determined to be the trailblazer. I talked about that in my keynote speech this weekend. We are not gatekeepers of information. We share the information, we share the resources that can literally help you change your life and your family's life. And I want to see you inside Ascend. I will go ahead and drop the link, and I want to see you in there, because it's time to go to your next level. But most importantly, it is time to fly.